Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Scale Podcast. I'm Suzie, and I'm really happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Tom. Thank you for joining us wherever you are in the world. Maybe you're relaxing at home, traveling to work, enjoying a cup of coffee, or going for a walk. We're glad you've chosen to practice your English with us.
Today, we have another natural English conversation for intermediate learners around the B1 to B2 level.
As always, we'll speak clearly and naturally, using useful vocabulary and expressions that you can hear in everyday conversations.
You don't need to understand every single word perfectly. Just relax, enjoy the conversation, and let your listening skills improve little by little.
Learning English is a journey, and every time you listen, you're making progress.
Before we begin today's topic, we'd like you to think about one simple question.
Imagine yourself 5 years from now. What does your life look like?
You don't have to answer immediately. Just keep the question in your mind while you listen.
Maybe you see yourself in a different job.
Maybe you imagine living in another city or even another country.
Perhaps you hope to speak English confidently with people from all over the world.
Maybe you dream of starting your own business or learning a completely new skill.
Or perhaps your future is much simpler. You just want a peaceful life, good health, meaningful work, and more time with the people you love.
Every person's future looks different, and that's what makes this topic so interesting.
Today, we're going to talk about the future, not only our dreams, but also our plans, our hopes, and the small choices we make every day.
Talking about the future is something we do all the time in English.
We ask questions like, what are you going to do after university?
Or, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Sometimes people ask, what are your plans for the future?
These questions are common during job interviews, friendly conversations, and even when meeting someone for the first time.
So learning how to answer them naturally is a very useful skill.
Tom, let me ask you our first question today.
Go ahead.
When you think about your future, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
That's a good question. The first thing I think about is balance.
Balance.
Yes. When I was younger, I thought success meant being busy all the time. Now I think success also means having enough time for family, friends, hobbies, and rest.
That's an interesting change.
It is. My idea of the future has changed as I've grown older.
I think many people experience that. Our goals often change because we change.
Exactly. 10 years ago, I wanted excitement and adventure every day.
And now?
I still enjoy adventure, but I also appreciate quiet mornings, meaningful conversations, and having time to enjoy simple moments.
That sounds like a different definition of success.
I think it is.
What about you? When you imagine your future, what's the first picture that appears in your mind?
That's a difficult question.
Take your time.
I imagine myself continuing to learn.
Really?
Yes, I don't think learning should stop after school or university.
I completely agree.
There are always new skills to develop, new books to read, new places to visit, and new people to meet.
That's one of the exciting things about life. The future isn't only about achieving goals, it's also about continuing to grow.
Exactly.
Growth doesn't always mean earning more money or getting a better job.
Sometimes it simply means becoming a kinder person, improving your confidence, or learning to communicate better.
Speaking of communication, learning English is a future goal for many of our listeners.
That's true.
Maybe you're listening because you want to travel more easily.
Or perhaps you need English for your career.
Some people are preparing for university.
Others want to speak with international friends or enjoy movies and books without translation.
Whatever your reason is, learning a language is an investment in your future.
That's a useful word, investment.
Yes, an investment is something you do now because you believe it will bring benefits later.
Learning English is definitely an investment.
It takes time and patience.
But little by little, your confidence grows.
Tom, when you were younger, did you imagine your future exactly the way it is today?
Not even close.
Really?
When I was a teenager, I thought I had everything planned.
Let me guess. Life had different plans.
Yes, it certainly did.
What changed the most?
I discovered that opportunities often appear when you least expect them.
That's true.
Some of the best experiences in my life weren't part of my original plan.
That's actually encouraging.
Why do you say that?
Because many people worry if they don't have their whole future planned,
I understand that feeling.
especially young people.
Yes, sometimes they think they must decide everything at the age of 18 or 20.
But life usually isn't that simple.
Plans change.
Interests change.
People change.
Even our dreams can change.
And that's perfectly normal.
Instead of having every answer, maybe it's more important to stay curious.
I like that idea.
Curiosity helps us discover opportunities we might never have imagined.
It also makes learning much more enjoyable.
Let's imagine another common English conversation.
Okay.
Someone asks you, "What are your plans for the future?"
You don't need to give a very long answer.
You could simply say, "I'd like to improve my English, travel more, and continue developing my career."
Or, I'm hoping to start my own business in a few years.
Another natural answer might be, "I'm not completely sure yet, but I'd like to keep learning and see where life takes me."
That's a very honest answer.
It is, because not everyone has a detailed plan.
Sometimes uncertainty is part of the future too.
That's an important word, uncertainty.
It means not knowing exactly what will happen.
Many people think uncertainty is something negative.
But it can also mean possibility.
That's a beautiful way to think about it.
If everything were already decided, life wouldn't be nearly as interesting.
Exactly. Part of the excitement comes from discovering what's waiting for us.
Of course, that doesn't mean we shouldn't make plans.
Plans give us direction,
But we should also leave room for unexpected opportunities.
because sometimes the future surprises us in the best possible way.
And those surprises often become the experiences we remember for the rest of our lives.
It's interesting that we often imagine the future as something far away, but in reality, we're building it every single day.
That's true. The future doesn't suddenly arrive one morning. It grows from the small decisions we make every day.
Sometimes people think they need one big opportunity to change their lives.
But more often, it's the small habits that make the biggest difference over time.
For example, reading for 20 minutes every day may not seem like much.
But after a year, you've learned hundreds of new ideas.
The same is true for learning English.
Exactly. Practicing for 15 or 20 minutes every day is usually more effective than studying for 5 hours once a month.
Consistency is a very powerful habit.
That's another useful word for our listeners. Consistency means doing something regularly over a long period of time.
Many successful people say consistency is more important than motivation.
I agree with that. Motivation comes and goes.
Some days you feel excited,
Other days, you don't feel like doing anything at all.
but if you have a good routine, you continue even when motivation disappears.
That's when real progress happens.
Tom, do you usually make long-term plans?
I try to.
What kind of plans?
I usually think about where I'd like to be in 1 year, 3 years, and maybe 5 years.
Do those plans always happen?
Not exactly.
I expected that answer.
The funny thing is that my plans almost never happen exactly as I imagine them.
Does that disappoint you?
Not anymore.
Why not?
Because I've learned that plans are like maps. They help you choose a direction, but sometimes you discover a better road along the way.
I really like that comparison.
Imagine going on a road trip.
Okay.
You know your destination, but maybe you find a beautiful village or a wonderful restaurant that wasn't on your map.
So changing your plan isn't always a bad thing?
Exactly. Sometimes changing direction leads to something even better,
I think many listeners need to hear that.
especially people who worry about making the perfect decision.
Yes, people often ask themselves questions like, what if I choose the wrong career?
Or what if I move to another city and don't like it?
Those are normal concerns.
But very few decisions last forever.
That's true.
Most of the time we can learn, adapt, and make new choices.
Life gives us many opportunities to change.
Speaking of change, what's one skill you'd still like to learn in the future?
I'd love to become a better public speaker.
Really?
Yes, I enjoy speaking with people, but I think there's always room to improve.
What would you like to improve specifically?
I'd like to become more confident when speaking in front of large groups.
That's a common goal.
What about you?
I've always wanted to learn another foreign language.
Even though you already know English?
Yes, learning another language helps you understand different cultures and ways of thinking.
It also reminds you what it's like to be a beginner.
That's very true.
Beginners often feel nervous.
Or embarrassed when they make mistakes.
But mistakes are a natural part of learning.
In fact, they're one of the best teachers we have.
I remember feeling uncomfortable when I first started speaking another language.
Me too.
I worried about grammar.
I worried about pronunciation.
But after enough practice, those fears became much smaller.
Confidence usually comes after action, not before it.
That's an excellent sentence.
Thank you.
I think many people wait until they feel confident before trying something new.
But confidence usually grows because we try.
That's true whether you're learning English, changing careers, or starting a new hobby.
Every expert was once a beginner.
Let's talk about another part of the future that people don't always think about.
What's that?
The kind of person we want to become.
That's deeper than simply asking what job we'd like to have.
Exactly.
Someone might become a successful doctor.
Or an engineer.
Or a business owner.
But there's another important question.
What kind of person do you want to be?
Maybe someone who is patient.
Or honest.
Someone who is dependable.
Or someone who encourages other people.
I think those goals are just as important as career goals.
I completely agree.
Success isn't only measured by money or job titles.
It's also measured by the way we treat other people.
Here's another common question people ask in English.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a famous interview question.
Many people feel nervous when they hear it.
But the answer doesn't need to be perfect.
You could say, I hope to continue learning, improve my skills, and take on more responsibilities.
Or, I'd like to build a career that I enjoy while maintaining a good work-life balance.
Another honest answer could be, I'm still exploring different opportunities, but I know I want to keep growing.
These answers sound natural because they're realistic.
The future is rarely completely predictable.
That's why words like hope, plan, would like to, and I'd love to are so useful.
They allow us to talk about possibilities without sounding too certain.
Before we finish this part of our conversation, let's think about one more question.
Imagine your future self could visit you today.
What advice do you think your future self would give you?
I think mine would probably say, don't spend so much time worrying about things you can't control.
That's wise advice. What do you think your future self would tell you? I think it would simply say, keep going. The small efforts you're making today are more important than you realize.
I like that very much. Sometimes the future is built not through dramatic changes, but through quiet, consistent actions that we choose to repeat every single day.
We've talked about dreams, plans, habits, and the future we hope to build. But there's one more important idea I'd like us to discuss.
What's that?
Willing to put effort into your English.
I think that's something many people struggle with.
Yes, sometimes we're so focused on tomorrow that we forget to enjoy today.
We tell ourselves, I'll be happy when I get that job.
Or, I'll relax when I earn more money.
Or even, life will finally begin when I achieve my biggest goal.
But life is already happening.
Exactly. The future is important, but today matters too.
If we only think about tomorrow, we might miss many beautiful moments that are happening right now.
A conversation with a friend?
A peaceful walk in the park?
Reading a good book?
Spending time with family.
Even enjoying a quiet cup of coffee before a busy day begins.
Those simple moments often become our happiest memories.
That's why I think balance is such an important word.
We should work toward our future without forgetting to enjoy our present.
I couldn't agree more.
Let's imagine another everyday conversation.
All right?
Someone asks you, "What are you looking forward to?"
That's a very common question.
It means, what are you excited about in the future?
You could answer, I'm looking forward to traveling next summer.
Or, I'm looking forward to improving my English.
Another answer might be, I'm looking forward to starting my new job.
It's a useful expression because we often talk about future events that make us feel excited or hopeful.
Another common question is, what would you like to achieve before the end of this year?
You don't have to mention a huge goal.
Sometimes small goals are the most realistic.
For example, I'd like to read 10 books.
Or I'd like to exercise more regularly.
Maybe you'd like to have conversations in English without feeling nervous.
That's a wonderful goal for many of our listeners.
Speaking English confidently doesn't happen overnight.
It grows through regular listening, speaking, reading, and practice.
Every podcast you listen to is another step forward.
Every new word you learn gives you another way to express yourself.
And every conversation you have builds your confidence.
That's why consistency is much more powerful than perfection.
Let's review some useful vocabulary from today's episode.
The first word is future. The future is the time that comes after the present.
Next, we have goal. A goal is something you want to achieve.
Another useful word is opportunity. An opportunity is a good chance to do something.
We also talked about investment. An investment is something you spend time, money, or effort on because you expect good results later.
Another important word is consistency. Consistency means continuing to do something regularly over time.
We also used the word uncertainty. Uncertainty means not knowing exactly what will happen.
Another useful word is balance. Balance means giving the right amount of time and attention to different parts of your life.
We also talked about confidence. Confidence is believing in your own abilities.
Another useful expression is look forward to. It means to feel happy and excited about something that will happen in the future.
Finally, we used the word direction. Direction is the path you're choosing to follow in your life.
Here's a simple speaking exercise for you.
Imagine someone asks, "What are your plans for the future?"
Try answering in 5 or 6 sentences.
Talk about one personal goal,
One professional goal,
one new skill you'd like to learn.
and one place you'd like to visit someday.
Don't worry about using perfect grammar.
Focus on expressing your ideas clearly and naturally.
The more you practice talking about your future, the easier these conversations will become.
And remember, your future doesn't have to look like anyone else's.
Everyone moves at a different pace.
Some people reach their goals quickly.
Others take longer.
Neither path is better.
What matters is that you continue moving forward.
Even small progress is still progress.
Before we finish today's episode, we'd like you to think about one final question.
What is one thing you'd like your future self to thank you for?
Maybe it's studying English today.
Maybe it's taking better care of your health.
Maybe it's learning a new skill or spending more time with the people you love.
Whatever your answer is, remember that your future is shaped by the choices you make today.
If you'd like to practice your English, write your answer in the comments. You could write something like, "My future self will thank me for never giving up on learning English."
We'd love to read your comments and learn about your dreams, plans, and hopes for the future.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We hope this conversation has helped you feel more confident talking about your future in English.
Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing that every small step you take today is helping to create a brighter tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to English Scale Podcast. Take care, keep learning, and we'll see you again very soon.